Oh my god, dude.
Yes!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes!
What did you really just do?
Yeah!
You're nuts.
How did I win?
You're
How did I
nuts.
win?
Let's go!
No, brother.
Let's go! I'm running around the house! I'm running around the house! I'm too good! Keep it!
Good calls, good bravery.
Whoa!
I'm so mad.
Back up. Play safe.
No, Rudy!
Am I muted? Okay.
Oh no, Rudy!
I'm sending LOL GG. And I'm blocking him.
Rudy, the gas station!
Look at this thing on him! This thing on him right here!
Welcome to the Quackdown. This is episode 16, I believe.
Crazy.
Today, unfortunately, Fernando could not be here. He actually got picked up to voice the next Planet Earth documentary since David Attenborough has retired. So he'll be traveling the world for a couple months, you know, making sure they get the footage that he wants, doing some narration, exploring. So yeah, look forward to that when it drops.
100-episode series.
100-episode
Do the
series.
narrators travel?
He does a little bit.
Okay.
It's David Attenborough. He can
Mhm.
do whatever he wants. I think he's like 98,
He is
something like
98.
that. He's an
just turned
impressive.
98.
Him and
His brother.
no,
Oh.
but him and Dick Van Dyke are the healthiest looking 98-year-olds I've ever seen in my life.
Is he also 98?
I think so. Yeah, it's crazy.
Do
you know who Dick Van Dyke is?
I don't think I know what he looks like.
From the Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yeah,
sorry,
that'll-
the
that'll-
blank, the blank
not
Van Blank
together.
Show.
that feels. It's his fucking name. It's like the Ted thing. Like, who's F. Scott Fitzgerald? Why are you saying fuck Scott Fitzgerald? It's Francis. No, why would he hide it? It's got to be fuck. Yeah, see, we've already tossed out the YouTube rule.
Okay.
Anyway, we are joined instead today by a very special guest. We've talked about him for a couple weeks.
Long
Yeah, you
time
have.
coming.
Almost every single episode, we've made fun of you in
I've-
some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there's been disses.
He's finally made his little tushy out here to Colorado,
Mhm.
not just for us, for other reasons.
No,
We're
it was
not
just
that-
for
It was,
us.
it was
we're not
just
that-
for this.
we're
It was
not
mainly
that-
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is Nutella, also known as Rathan. Welcome.
Hello. I feel welcome.
Good.
I don't feel welcome.
Right off the bat, anybody got anything mean to say?
Yeah.
I'm waiting, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Uh,
I'm here in person, so you can tell it to my face.
people that drive with both feet. The fuck's up with that?
And in CRVs, too.
A Honda Sierra. That wasn't even it.
It was a 30-minute conversation at the start.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Honda CRV drivers.
Beautiful cars.
I will. Okay, actually, I have seen the speed at which you drive, and I will say you are the only person I've seen.
I'm not at 30 miles an hour.
No, you're not.
You know how I get to 30 miles an hour? Instant brake to
By
gas.
crashing,
I've never crashed my car.
but okay, that's awesome. How many times have you locked yourself out of your car?
7 is that where we are right now?
Oh my god!
Never while it was running. I will say that. So,
But
it
it's
could be
always if it feels like once a month. It feels like once a month I get
You get the
a
Snapchat.
Snapchat of your keys sitting on your fucking seat, you outside of the car, and you're just like the caption's always just like, well. And everybody knows Rathan locked him fucking out of the car again.
it has happened a lot. I don't use the button to lock my car after I leave.
But does it work?
Yes.
Wait,
But
you
why don't
use
you
the
use
key?
it?
No, I open the door and I hit the little lock button and then I close the door. Sometimes if I like accident my keys fall in my pocket or if I'm just like
That's
getting
why this
distracted, then
happens, dude.
Hey, my first car, I wasn't allowed to get like the fancy keys, dude. My parents gave me the spare key. It
But
didn't have the button, so I got in the habit.
It's not a fancy key at this point. If it works, like just use the button. Then I guarantee you, this will never happen again. If you just use the button.
It's already habit. It's ingrained. What am I supposed to do? Change my ways?
Yeah.
No. Mature? Grow as an adult? That's not gonna happen.
I think you need you remember how teachers or faculty in school would have like those like stretchy elastic bands with like their important keys and whatnot. I think you need that on.
Should you get a cell phone holder too?
No, that's not what year is this?
People still wear those. Not
Yeah, it's
me.
awful. That's like someone still having a fucking Bluetooth earpiece to talk on the phone.
What
You
are
mean an
AirPods?
AirPod? Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
A Bluetooth earpiece, like ones from like the mid 2000s.
Oh yeah, they still sell those at Best Buy, and I don't know why people buy 'em.
Why?
I don't know why people buy them, honestly, because like I understand back then you needed to be on the phone and you needed to look hip.
If you were a
you
douche.
look crazy cool with one of those in your ear, especially when you go one second, hello. But like there are headphones that do the same thing now, so I don't even I don't have an issue with people wearing them. I have an issue with people who go out of their way nowadays to buy those when there are headphones that do the same thing that are multifunctional.
And probably sound better.
Yeah.
They're also a lot cooler. Did you not the new Apple thing? You can answer a phone call just by shaking your head.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't see the full presentation, but there were some cool features I saw.
Yeah.
Also, I saw some features that were like, people were commenting. I was like, Apple's really making the iPhone for the streets, huh? Like the hide your apps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
They
kinda
made
fucked
that
up.
sound so innocent. No one's gonna be
No.
using it because they're embarrassed to have like a weight loss app or some
It's
other
gonna be
bullshit.
it's gonna be dating apps.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be dating apps.
It's a bad.
That's sus.
Is Ashley Madison still a thing?
Yeah.
Is
Because
it?
they had that big leak that
Mhm.
exposed all of their members, which is really funny. For like a cheating website, that's the funniest thing
funny.
that can happen.
Did you know why it was created? It was like a sports agent knew that all of his well, I read about this, but all of his clients were cheating on their spouses. So he just created a website so they could do it.
That's funny.
Wow.
It's stupid, but it's funny. No, besides that, I think most of the stuff that was announced is pretty cool, save for the fact that like the iPad still has an operating system that is stupid for what the iPad can do.
Hey, it can calculate.
It can't honestly. Okay,
the scientific.
They finally got a calculator on it.
from a math
Did it
teacher
not have
point
one
of
at
view-
all?
I don't think
No,
so.
no.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
this
Never
long,
had it,
It
yeah.
just got the calculator app.
How? How do you not just?
If you
Toss
watch,
it in
if
there.
you watch the show, one of the biggest applause moments was them announcing the calculator coming to iPad. I have no idea how they couldn't toss it in there,
That's wild.
especially because it literally just runs like iOS.
Right.
That's
Do
it.
people have to download a third-party
Yeah.
calculator app?
That's so gross.
That's ridiculous.
But I will say, do you see the math notes thing?
No, I saw that they were bringing up math, and I was nah.
So in the Notes app, you can start writing a math equation, and the second you hit you write equals, it'll solve it for you.
Oh.
And I think that's really cool. Everybody's like,
What?
"Oh, kids are going to use it to cheat and all this stuff." I'm like, they have other tools to cheat too. Like twist that little thing up at the elbow and it should lock it. You got to really twist it.
There we go.
No, everybody can cheat using anything. There's Photomath, which we even had in high school. Mathway.com.
What are these websites?
Yeah, I've never
I
heard
wish
about
I
those.
knew.
You've
these.
never heard of Photomath?
Is this
No,
like Google
I
Translate?
went to what was that math website where
Cool math games.
no, it was like it had whatever math textbooks you were using for class, and it had like people would upload all their answers.
Mhm.
What was that called?
I know what you're talking
Chegg?
about. Chegg.
No,
That's what it is. That's what I use.
Yeah, I used to use Chegg all the time.
I would use that for like my math proof classes because those were horrible.
And physics.
I'm gonna have
all
to
the
ask
time.
good old.
Quizlet.
No, I'm gonna have to ask Mr. MR because he's the one that showed me that website. Continue.
Anyway, all in all, I think it's a really useful tool. I think it's weird to me that they made it because it really only can do operations from like a calculator. So like it can't solve an equation for you, at least as far as I've seen yet, where it's like 3x plus 4 equals 8, like solve for x kind of thing. I wish it could, but I think that's interesting. I think their partnership with Chat GPT.
Yeah, I was gonna say the AI stuff, right?
All I've ever wanted is Siri to be better. Like
That's
you-
all you've ever wanted.
for a while now. That and like making this more usable as like because it's more powerful than like the Xbox Series S. Like
The iPad for the
It is.
the iPad, yeah. Isn't that incredible?
That's wild. I
and
did
it's
not
all
know
in here.
that.
I can play Death Stranding on here right now if I want to, or Assassin's
you
Creed
do that?
Mirage, either one. It's crazy, but it's all limited because the only thing you can do on here is what you can do on an iPhone, and that's it. Like, yeah, there's Photoshop, but
It's
Photoshop
bigger,
isn't
yeah.
even. They limit the Photoshop app, so you can't even do everything that you can do on a computer. It's stupid, and it bugs me that like this could be Apple's biggest product, but they just don't do anything with it.
Why limited?
I don't know. I think it's because they know if they put anything like Mac stuff on here, people would buy the iPad over the Mac.
Mm.
Like the MacBook Air would cease to exist because you
that-
can do this, and
Right.
it's like everything the Air can do, but like now you have a touchscreen.
That's fair. I used to just use my iPad as a second screen for my Mac. all
I
the
do
time.
that occasionally, but like even then, I don't. It's so silly. Like I love it to death, but I mostly use it for notes and drawing. So
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
only
not
ever use it for notes.
I'm not taking full advantage of the power that's in here, which I wouldn't even if it had Mac OS. But like, why not just do something with it? It could kill the Surface. It could kill the Surface.
Is the Surface still alive?
It somehow Microsoft kill the Surface. Nobody likes them.
And
the
sponsor
Surface.
us.
And sponsor us.
Save Xbox.
Don't save Xbox. That's
No.
okay. You can let that die. It's okay. It's time to go. It's time to go.
They had some neat presentations.
Bethesda's?
No. Just Microsoft Showcase. Had some neat stuff that I was like, okay.
They did. I'm pretty disappointed with that whole event this year.
Yeah, what'd you think about Indiana Jones?
I think it looks cool. The first person view, I don't totally.
It just looks like
understand.
Uncharted.
And I
first
know
person
they
view.
did the first person view to make it not
Uncharted-y.
that
Mhm.
compare, but I'm like, this game would have been better in third person
Well, I
view,
don't
and
know.
I wouldn't have cared. Like, being compared to Uncharted is not a bad thing. That game has influenced so many. It influenced the Jedi games
Well, even like
heavily.
Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
like stood by itself as its
Yeah.
own game. Like there were some similarities, but it still very much felt like its own thing.
Bethesda's just making some wild decisions these days that I don't totally understand at all.
Bethesda's that game company where they could have like their own showcase or conference, and you're just like, what are you guys doing right now? Like we don't take him too seriously anymore.
Well, they had them for so long, and then
Well, they haven't excelled in a long time.
no, they haven't
No,
done
like,
anything
set the
good in a
stage.
while. It's all been
Everyone thought Starfield was going to go great, and it's just kind of...
it's just like everything it wanted to do. No Man's Sky did better.
It took a while for No Man's Sky.
It
though.
did take a while for No Man's Sky to get to that point, but like No Man's Sky is a fucking blast these days. You really got to put time into it, but like if that's your game, that's your game. Like
I mean, that genre's going up, too. Star Citizen's gaining a lot of popularity.
it should. Like that's with the power of what we have these days, it's a cool tactic. But Starfield was so boring and so bland, and just for a company that publishes one of the greatest, most fun shooter genres of all time with Doom, to have Starfield be a shooter game and it's just so boring.
Who made the who made the Wolfenstein games? Is that also them?
Bethesda, but I think they publish the Wolfenstein games. It's kind of like
what does
how
that
like
mean?
Huh?
What does that mean, they publish it?
because they have in-house development which does like Starfield and Fallout and Elder Scrolls,
Mhm.
and then they publish a lot of games like Doom and Quake and stuff like that, which are developed by teams. It's like how Activision used to do development on stuff. Now they
Mhm.
mostly
Publish.
publish. They have in-house developers that they'll lend out like for COD and stuff like that. But yeah, Bethesda's non-developed games are usually pretty fucking cool. Like all the Dooms so far have just been a fucking blast. The new one looks sick.
Yeah, the new one looks really sick. What about the Deathloop game?
Hated it.
Oh,
Hated it. I have never. That game.
didn't get great reviews?
It got a 10 from IGN, and I don't fucking know how.
They really gave it a 10.
They
I thought
gave
it was
it
an
a-
8.
I'm pretty sure they gave it a 10 out of 10.
That was a weak year for gaming.
It was, and it just wasn't fun. Like, it had that Dishonored feel to it, and like the co-op aspect was kind of cool, where like anybody could invade your game at any time and just like fuck you up. I was like, that's
Good Dark
kind of
Souls
cool,
mechanic, yeah.
but like the story kind of sucked. And like as a roguelite, which is, for those of you that don't know, that's a game where like every single time you die, you go all the way back to the beginning and start fresh.
I'm a big fan of those games now.
Yeah,
I-
I mean,
Huge
you
fan
might
of those
like it.
games.
You might
You
like
played
it.
Hades?
Yep. I
haven't
just
beat-
got the
I'm-
second one.
I haven't beat. Oh, is it out?
Yep.
It's
Well, it's on
on-
EA for PC.
Oh,
It's
okay.
hmm
early access
Early
is what that
access.
means.
So much fun.
You should do Returnal.
I've not heard of that one.
Returnal is one of the best roguelites I've ever played in my life. It's got like Dark Souls. It like Dark Souls if it was like in the future in space combat.
It's a shooter, though, right?
It's a shooter, but it's so fucking difficult. It is so far up your alley.
I mean, I kind
Ye-
of like the stupid shit. Like there's one where you're a potato.
Oh,
It's
God.
called Brotato. You're just a potato with different weapons, and you go around. It's literally just like a 9x9 square or whatever, and you just kill fucking goops. So much fun.
The fuck. Returnal's great because every
But you can't finish God of War?
yeah, that's insane.
What?
Or
I-
Red Dead. He hasn't finished Red Dead all
I
the way.
beat the main game of Red Dead, and then
that's-
epilogue wouldn't. It will not. It had me shovel shit for 12 minutes.
It's not
Okay,
12
I'm
minutes.
not fucking doing that, dude.
Rathan, it is 2 minutes at max.
He beat the game.
first time. Oh, so
He beat the game.
it took me like a year and a half too, because I put the game down.
It took Rudy like
I-
6 years
I
to even
finished
start it.
everything except for the last mission, and then I put the game down because I was in the middle of like
The
this-
last
It was
mission?
the last mission. It was a 20-minute fucking horse ride. And so I got to the end of 20 minutes, and then Flan was like, "Oh, you want to play a different game?" I said, "Okay, fine." So I put the game down, played the different game, restarted the game, and then, oh my god, I have to redo the fucking 20-minute horse ride. So I'm doing the 20-minute horse ride, and then the game crashes. And then, okay, fine, fucking pull it back up. And then I'm redoing the 20 minutes, and I put it down, like, not fucking touching this game again. And then it took me a fucking year after you and our buddies were bugging me. And then so I picked it back up, and then I beat the game in like 30 minutes.
But not the final mission.
No,
Not-
like the final, like the whole
Epilogue?
Not the epilogue,
Snowy
but the
Mountaintop?
Snowy Mountaintop.
That is the epilogue.
So you beat the game.
Yeah, and then when you pass that, and you're building your little farm.
So that's not the final when I say final, I mean like epilogue, you're done.
I'm not done
Like
with the
credits?
game. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Did
done.
Did you see credits?
No.
Oh, then
Yeah.
if you don't
'Cause
see credits,
I'm
you didn't
fucking
beat the game.
using a pitchfork to shovel horse shit
Rathan,
for 12 minutes.
it
And
is-
I'm not gonna do that again.
I have replayed that game 7 times.
I'm not doing it again.
7
dude.
times, Rathan.
It's too
I've
much.
done that 7
It's
times
too
and
much.
it's 2 minutes.
It's too much.
It
I'm
literally
not gonna do it, dude.
depends on
It's
how
so
fast you
boring.
press a button. So I picture you just sitting there going, shovel.
That's what it is, because your
Shovel.
fucking character's walking so slowly because you don't have the speed. I don't want to shovel shit. I don't want to build this stupid fucking farm. Not fun.
When you get to that section, I want you to time how long it takes you to get past that. If it is less than 10 minutes, Rathan, to get past the whole thing,
It'll be a vine.
a vine length,
Yep.
it's just done. Just one shovel. He just said shovel 1. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure you don't even have to shovel it for that long. I'm pretty sure you do 3 shovels and then it checks you off and then you can go do the next thing.
Oh my god.
I'm
I might have
90%
not have
sure
checked that.
that you just kept shoveling even though like
It
you're
didn't
done.
tell me to leave.
Maybe
so I
you just
kept
couldn't
doing it.
read.
There was a lot of shit. What, am I supposed to not clean it? It asked me to clean the barn. I'm gonna clean the barn.
my
I do a
God,
good
dude.
job. I'm sorry.
You clearly didn't because you left him alone for 4 fucking years.
They're dead.
They're
They're on
dead.
pause.
It doesn't
all
work
that.
like that in that world.
It's like a coma. Just
God
Getting-
damn it.
breathing and
Pisses me off. It's one of the fucking best
But go,
games of all
keep
time.
playing your fucking potato game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm a casual gamer, dude. I can't do that.
That's what Red Dead is meant for.
The casual gamer? No,
It's not.
If you're a
no, it's
casual
not.
single player gamer, yeah, you can hop into that world and just fuck around. Oh yeah, I still hop into that world and fuck around.
That's a commitment.
I
It's a
throw
big
people out of
commitment.
windows daily in that game. At least once. I have to let them know I'm still here. And I just go in, I punch a guy through a window. If I get thrown through the window, great. If not, awesome.
I rarely agree with this man, but I'm with him. It is not a casual.
It's like that in Elden Ring because I want to pick up Elden Ring
the
again.
DLC.
Because the DLC. I never beat
Yeah.
all the bosses, but to get to that learning curve again, holy shit! I'm gonna have to put in like another 15 hours, and I don't have the patience in me.
You are not allowed to buy that DLC till you beat Red Dead.
No, don't do that to me.
We made this
No, no, no,
agreement
no, no,
already.
no, no,
We
no, no.
talked about
You
this.
are contractually obligated.
Yes.
I can beat that DLC in 2 days.
No, Rudy.
No,
You
can't.
can't.
You that good?
I beat the game 3 times.
Elden Ring?
Yeah, I got the plat.
God damn! I did not know that.
Mhm.
Yes. But it wasn't in 2 days. It was
That's true.
over months.
It was over 140 hours.
Rudy,
What was your build? Katanas? Has to be
Course.
katana. Yeah, of course.
stop distracting him and getting him back into Elden Ring. You made a deal.
Got Melania's sword.
Rudy,
Ah,
I will
you
just go
bitch.
and spoil God of War for myself and not play it.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
But you are only hurting yourself, and you are robbing
I
yourself of a
understand
journey.
that. I understand that.
Oh.
I'm not robbing myself. I'm just delaying it.
I think
You're
that's
robbing
why I
yourself.
never beat God
But-
of War 1. Because
What?
you spoiled it for me.
You asshole.
No. I finished the game when it came out. Rathan came out. I was jaw dropped, and he was like, "That good, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." Can I are you ever gonna play it? And he goes, "Probably not." And I said, "Can I spoil the ending for you?"
Rathan.
I didn't
And
know it was going to be
Rathan-
ported to PC.
Rathan goes, "Yeah,
That's
go
what-
ahead." So I told him who his son is.
Yeah.
No, I'll never touch the game again.
Don't try to accuse
It's
me.
like the Lego movie.
Did I spoil the Lego
You
movie?
spoiled the
What-
Lego movie for
How
me.
did I spoil the Lego movie?
You told
for
me it wasn't all animated. You
Will
said it was,
Ferrell
You told
was
me about Will
there.
Ferrell and the son. That
He's
was
in
the
The
biggest
Boys.
reveal. He is in The Boys. It's so
Will Ferrell?
funny. It's so funny.
fucking funny, dude.
Oh my god.
No,
That's a good
but I
show.
need you need to beat Red Dead before you buy that. It's a $40 DLC. You know how much it costs for you to beat Red Dead right now? Like 35 hours of your time.
So
How much do you get paid an hour?
it varies between
How many hours of games do I have to beat just for you to beat one game?
all 4 of your games.
Exactly. Shut the fuck
You
up.
think you can beat in 35 hours? I
Red
think
Dead?
Red Dead
That's what
took
he
me
claims.
80.
80?
I think so.
You went way too slow. The main campaign
The
maybe
whole game is so slow, dude.
You clearly are walking the whole way because it is
It blocks fast travel for you at certain points in the game. Just so you
Yes.
can ride your fucking horse.
yes. Those moments are awesome.
I don't
You
remember
would
a single
hate
thing.
Alan Wake too.
I was about
think
to
would
say,
despise
like,
it.
Rockstar games like LA Noire, like I would never fast travel to like the next
Because you
spot.
vibe out sometimes.
Well, it's just there's there's dialogue I want to
Yeah.
hear, and once that dialogue is done and there's no more talking, I'm like, all right, we can fast travel sometimes.
like you
I'll do
know,
it for discovery, but there's never like actual things in between point A and point B. It's just the dialogue.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? You're not gonna
that's the-
discover a new area.
That's
But
the important part.
Red
If
Dead-
I discover
you
a
have
new
to-
area, I don't want that. I'm gonna get sidetracked. I'm trying
That's
to
the
stay
point.
on
That's
the goal.
exactly what I want.
So Red Dead 1 is an action game. It is full action. That's what it is.
Great game.
I would agree.
It's much faster paced than Red Dead 2 because it's not as focused on the characters. Red Dead 2 is all about the story.
A slow burn.
A very slow burn, and that's what makes the ending so impactful to you at the end.
It was a good story.
It's in my opinion one of the best video game stories of all time. Hands down. It made me feel the same way. No, you know what?
Last of Us?
Last of Us Part 2
Mhm.
has one of the best stories ever. I'm so excited for everybody to experience that.
That was a good game.
With Pedro Pascal and Ellie.
They've already started shooting, right?
They're done with season 2.
Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it comes out, I think,
only 7
early.
episodes.
Only 7?
They're splitting it into multiple seasons.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, just play Red Dead, please. God.
Are they going to put all 7 at the same time? Or is it going to be weekly again?
Weekly.
Yeah. We've talked about this. The binge thing needs
Weekly
to
is
die.
better.
Weekly is much better. It makes more sense from like a business sense. more than likely people are going to stay subscribed
Mm-hmm.
for the 2, maybe 3 months that your content is airing. But also, like, some of these shows, you're supposed to get to the end of it and then kind of like stew with what just happened for a little bit.
Mhm.
But the binge model takes that completely out. Like, all of Mike Flanagan's stuff would have been crazy on a weekly scale.
Oh, dude, if I had to wait a week in between Midnight Mass episodes,
I would have gone insane.
dude.
And you haven't seen any
I
of
will
them
not-
because
I will
you're a
never watch
scary.
it.
Oh,
I don't
Rathan,
like
come
scary
on.
movies, dude. I don't like scary.
Neither does Fernando.
Yeah.
I live my life, chilling. Why would I choose my entertainment to be anxiety?
It's not that.
not
It's
anxiety.
not that
It's
anxious.
so much
though.
anxious, dude.
Mm-mm.
The Shining, that was so anxious. Scary movie.
You know, The Shining is like a little creepy because like psychologically you just see Jack Nicholson's character just fucking lose his shit. But overall, it's not that. It's not bad.
I was terrified.
So you
That's
haven't seen
insane.
Doctor Sleep.
Nope. Autopsy of Jane Doe, I think, was one of the last scary movies I saw. That was like 6 years ago. And that was a scary
Did
movie.
we ever make you watch a scary movie when we were in the dorms?
The Shining. It's about as far as you guys
Oh
got.
my god.
I don't think I was there for that then. I feel
I
like there
don't
was
know.
another movie that I made
Maybe.
you watch, but no, I don't understand that because like Doctor Sleep maybe because that's a little traumatizing, but like
Is it?
you should watch The House of Usher is what you should watch.
I should watch Midnight Mass.
You should watch Midnight Mass.
We watched a couple episodes here.
Yeah, Midnight
But
Mass
that's
is
about as far as I got.
it's not scary. It's like you saw
It's pretty
Cloverfield Lane.
fucking
You saw
scary.
Cloverfield
I
Lane,
did see
right?
Cloverfield Lane.
It's like
but
that.
wasn't that scary. That was more psychological.
It's tense and psychological, and that's
Tense is the right word.
yeah.
Because that's all you really feel, and it's only at certain moments.
Yeah.
But you keep watching because the story's good, and you're like, what's gonna happen after this? And that's what drives you. And the tense is an afterthought almost.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I remember of Cloverfield Lane is John Goodman's little dance.
I love his little dance.
Little.
He turns on the jukebox and he like shakes his butt a little bit.
Mhm.
It's funny. It's the only.
That's
it's
the biggest
only-
takeaway from that
Yep.
movie.
Lives
Yeah,
rent-free in my head.
yeah. That's the only lighthearted moment in that movie. Everything else about that movie is terror and pain and suffering.
Jesus.
I love that movie. That's such a good. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh,
I've
that's a
never
good-
seen any of them. Is it just 2?
That's the only
There's
one I've seen.
3. The first one, is Matt Reeves. Did you know that?
Is it really?
Yeah. The very first Cloverfield.
Shaky camera.
Yeah,
Cloverfield
is Matt Reeves. Yeah, the guy that did Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes and the
and
Batman.
the Batman.
Was that the same guy who did that fucking section? Not Section 8. It
No.
was like
You're
That's
thinking
Neil-
District
that's
9,
Neil
7?
no, it was like it's like the kids who turn out to be superheroes, and there's like a train
Oh, Chronicle.
chronicle.
Oh,
that
no.
one.
But it was
That's
same
shaky cam.
shaky camera vibe.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
I like Chronicle pretty well.
I think it was a good movie.
It's a good watch.
It's a good watch.
It sucks what happens to.
Everybody.
Well, one of them dies, right?
Yeah, that's like the catalyst for everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that movie a lot, but I can't rewatch it because like it starts off pretty happy and it goes downhill so fast.
yeah, and it doesn't ever go back up
No,
at all.
there's no happiness
No.
once you reach the half point in that movie, and then it's just over. Yeah, that's a tough movie.
You ever seen Mystic River?
Honestly, no.
I have been trying to put this movie on the lists for a while. It is.
Is it a cowboy movie? Sounds like a cowboy
No,
movie.
it's Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon.
Oh wait, maybe I might have seen it.
It's a detective. It's
Yeah.
a detective
Yeah.
case story movie.
What did I just watch? Oh, Sugar with
Oh, you watched
Colin
the whole.
Farrell.
You watched the whole thing?
I think I'm on the last episode.
How is? I only watched the first one.
It's very noir detective-y. Like he's narrating
Right,
stuff that's
and I
going
kind of like
on.
that.
It's interesting. It's
Okay.
very interesting. It feels kind of like,
That genre was exploding.
dude, I hope it does. I love detective stories. They're one of the best genres ever.
If they're done right.
if they're done right. Like we've talked.
There's just so many of them.
There's so many of them, and I love it so much. Like there's a Jake Gyllenhaal show that just came out on Apple TV.
I heard that was
That's
good.
him as a detective. I'm pretty
Roadhouse?
sure. No, more serious. That movie was. Oh,
Did you say Roadhouse?
Yeah, Roadhouse with Colin McGregor.
they're making a sequel. So
Are you
it
serious?
It did good enough for Amazon
Dude,
that
he
they're
got
making a
fucking
sequel.
ripped for that movie too.
He's
Well, he's in. I never saw the movie, but he's in that boxing movie, Southpaw.
yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he looks
think-
Boxing
incredible.
movies are also sick. Creeds.
Creed is dope.
I saw the first one. I really want to see the second one.
The third
And
They
one.
no,
look
and the third one
fantastic,
actually,
yeah.
because it's
Yep.
it's not like we can't say his name.
JM.
Michael B. Jordan. Oh.
Jonathan Majors.
There it is. Because he also.
Oh, speaking of canceled people, isn't The Boys canceled?
Season 5 it's ending.
Well,
It's
no,
not-
like wasn't the Homelander? Didn't he do some fucked up shit?
I literally think about
Oh.
that every time I see him. I forgot what it was for.
Him and a guy were drunk and he punched a guy.
Ah.
And he got in the guy's face and he was like, "Do you even know who I am?" Like kind of a little bit douchebaggy, but like
pretentious.
it wasn't.
Wasn't fucked up.
It was just a bar fight between him and a drunk guy, and they were both drunk. That's all it was. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think anything else came after that, and he's stayed pretty low key, and he's in a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of exploding across the scene. Same with like Alan Richardson.
Yeah, he is. He took a hot minute off too.
He did,
Blue Mountain State, and then he just dropped off for a few
Yeah.
years.
and I love that everybody just assumed that he was going to be like a Republican Trumper, and he's just constantly like any interview he gives, they're like, he's like, yeah, Donald Trump can fuck himself. Pretty
He
constantly.
is super religious though, right?
No, not
No?
really. That's Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is super
Chris
religious.
Pratt is very religious out of
Indeed.
nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's also
Matt
married
Damon.
to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. Believe it or not.
That is true.
Don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of our buddies
Is
has
Arnold
met
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Met?
nice.
That's all I got. Yeah.
That's cool.
Just
His-
once they meet on a
His
regular
sister
basis.
went to school, I don't know, in SoCal, and
Oh.
nannied for Schwarzenegger.
Wow.
He's an interesting man.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he still is so, I get why he's still so buff, but like he definitely had a lot of steroid use in his day,
Of course.
and the
Probably
fact
I
that he
bet he
hasn't
still
just
is.
like fallen apart
Mhm.
by now is crazy to me.
Well, so he holds his competition in Columbus every year called the Arnold, like the weightlifting competition.
Oh, it's in Columbus?
Mm-hmm. And that weekend,
What
it's
a
the
boring fucking state to go to.
Hey, Columbus is sick. But that
what
weekend
else are
is
you
a
going to do? Just
big-
lift
no, it's a-
weights.
Yeah, and it's big ass meatheads just all around town. They were just huge. I'm talking like 300 pounds, full ass steroids.
Did you go?
I would walk around and like, at the bars and shit. They'd just be out. And there's this cafe called Thurman's, and it's famous because they do like 3-pound burgers. Like I'm not kidding. Like it's just that massive,
Nice.
and it's packed that weekend. And you just see meatheads just going on, just munching on these huge ass burgers. That you're just sitting there like eating your tiny little smash burger. It's so funny. It's like great people watching.
Wow.
Speaking of Ohio, really quick, I saw this video the other day.
Speaking of
So he lives in
Swag like
Ohio.
Ohio?
And
Swag like Ohio?
Yeah, no, it's a meme from The Incredibles, and you know when he's like looking at the screen and it's all the soups that have died or been exterminated or
Oh,
missing
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's the pride flag and all its changes. So it keeps doing the beep 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 beep, and it's going back and forth, and it just keeps adding like colors and layers,
Mhm.
and then eventually it just merges into the Ohio flag at the end.
The Ohio flag kind of looks like the Confederate flag.
Yeah,
It's
It's
a little fucked
Ohio.
up.
I want to see that.
Ohio's like the 3 cities, super fucking blue. Columbus might be one of the gayest cities I've ever been in. Like super great. They have Pride this weekend, and I'm kind of sad I'm missing it
Oh,
because it's apparently like second best to DC. That's what people. in
isn't
Columbus
Denver?
says.
Doesn't Denver have the best pride? Wasn't
I mean,
that?
DC definitely has the best Pride.
Oh, it does kind of look like a Confederate flag.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up. So every time,
But it
I see
also looks like the gay flag.
Yeah, see? They're a perfectly
That's funny.
blue-red mix.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a swing state. And I'm
In
still not
more ways
registered.
than one.
Just broadly generalized, all Ohioans as swingers.
I mean, I see a lot of pineapples in yards.
Yeah, there it is. See?
What does that mean?
Have you not?
Oh, you don't know about
Oh
that?
my
No.
god!
Wait,
yeah.
actually, I think you're the one that. Were you in Mexico when you told me that?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
bought a shirt that had a bunch of pineapples on
That's
it.
right.
And I would wear it all the time. And then
Oh,
someone walks up to
Sydney's
me and
told
was
me
like,
about
yeah, and it's
this.
like, oh, upside down pineapples, you must be a swinger. And I'm like, what does that mean? So I never wear the shirt ever again.
I'm pretty sure I have something with pineapples on it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why Sydney told me that. And I'm like,
It means you're a swinger.
That's
It's like the opening scene of The Grinch.
Whoa!
Have you not seen that? They were having a key party. They were like all the adults were like going to a party and they were
you're
all
talking
putting
about
the
with Jim Carrey.
yeah they're
I
all putting all
figured
their
as much.
keys in the bowl.
It was still
And
a
it's supposed
jump.
to you're supposed to like grab a key and go home with a different person. So the Grinch is not as child friendly as you think.
Neither is the Cat in the Hat. I love the Cat.
I
in the Hat.
do love the Cat in the
Fever
Hat.
dream of a film.
When he the gardening hoe is on the ground. He steps on it. And he goes like, "You better watch it, hoe!" And then it drops, and he picks it back up, and he goes, "I'm sorry, baby. I love you."
Oh.
Him beating the shit out of the kid is crazy. Oh, that's a good movie. Mike Myers.
They gotta make another Dr. Seuss movie. When was the last one? Lorax?
No, the
Lorax,
the
Grinch.
Benedict Cumberbatch, the
Grinch?
Grinch animated one.
Oh, I don't think I ever watched that one.
But those aren't
Those don't
fever
count.
dreamy.
I'm talking live action.
No, I'm pretty sure Dr. Seuss's like family after the Cat in the Hat came out said
no.
We're not
no
doing this
more
again.
live action. I'm 100% sure that's what they said.
So we're not gonna get a
Well,
live action.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that
green,
is.
green eggs and ham.
Oh my god.
You know who should direct that? The guy that did Twin Peaks.
Sam Raimi. Oh,
David Lynch.
oh my god.
Talk
so
about
fucked
making
up.
fever dreams, dude.
Yeah.
That guy can make a fever dream out of anything. The Elephant Man
Or
is
Jordan Peele.
All right.
Imagine.
I got to talk about Jordan Peele for a second because
Okay.
he met
Strong
with
opinion.
Marvel
I started the whole thing.
because Marvel wanted him to direct Blade.
Okay.
And this was after the last director got fired.
Look, what? Like 2 days ago?
Yeah, well, that was when it got announced.
Have they
Okay.
cast Blade?
It's Mahershala Ali. It's been
This movie's been in the
Oh,
works for
it's
years.
4 years ago it got announced. 4 or 5 years ago. It's like, how hard is it
That's so
to make a movie about Mahershala Ali looking cool as fuck killing vampires?
Yeah.
They already said they're letting it have an R rating.
I don't know if I've seen him as an action star.
He-
Oh, I don't think I
Has he?
have either.
He can do whatever.
I mean, he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
Like,
He
I've
always
never
holds
seen
his
him-
composure and
Mhm.
everything I've seen.
It's also Marvel. Like, do you think
I mean, they can make it work.
Iron Man's actually in that fucking suit? Robert Downey's flying around? He
I don't
did
think
say he'd
anyone's
be-
flying around.
Well, Scarlet Witches, they got her on those strings and they just have her flying through the sky. That's another thing. The boys made fun of the Avengers musical.
That was a fucked up scene.
That was a fucked up scene, but they have the boy, or it's like the 7 on ice.
Mhm.
So it's all the boys superheroes and they're all singing and it's all on ice and about like their
cute.
it's cute until it's not.
Oh my God.
It goes down very, very quickly. All right. Anyway, we're reaching that point.
Wait, back on Jordan. You didn't finish the.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Just
they
thought-
met with him to direct Blade
Did you say
and
that?
or Midnight Suns,
Okay.
and he saw the script and left. It's gonna be bad.
It's that bad.
No.
I don't understand. Marvel spends so much money on these movies. Why can't they just get screenwriters? Like, I talked about
Yeah,
this with
why don't they?
Fernando when he was on pause from his nature documentary, and we were like, I think the biggest reason, because I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if you know about this show, Rathan. Agents
I've
of
not heard
S.H.I.E.L.D.
about it.
Shut the fuck up and move on.
Great show. But I was like, how did they do this? Because the show looks good. The CGI looks fucking, it still fucking holds up. And the actors are all great. And I'm like, how the fuck did they do this for so long with so many episodes? Like, every episode is
High
at
production.
least an 8 out of 10.
Mhm.
I have not seen an episode that's less than an 8 out of 10. It's a lot of 8 out of 10s here and there, but like, I'm still in it. And then I look at like Marvel shows, like Secret Invasion. They had the cast, they had the money, and it sucked.
It was yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they put the majority of their budget towards just getting recognizable names.
I think it's just forcing through ideas at this point.
It is,
Like they're
but
putting
like,
what 8 or 9 things out a year.
you
when
think
before they were
about
just doing 1 or 2.
like even the boys. The majority of the boys cast is not really well known, but it's
they're not
succeeded.
big,
They don't
yeah.
have to pay these people $50 million to be in a 2-hour movie, you know? And I think that's their biggest issue is they need to be focusing more on
New
The-
talent.
new talent, the movie side of things, all that. Like when they announced the Fantastic Four cast, I was like, sick. You know, this could be fun. But I'm also like, all of these people have to be so fucking expensive right now.
Like, are they hoping that because they're just big name actors that they're going to do most of the lifting?
Yes.
That's absurd.
Yes. It's like what happened with the Eternals. The Eternals had a stacked cast. Stacked.
Are
Nothing.
they just hoping for another ODJ? Because he was big, but he was just hitting his low point, so they pulled him out.
No, not like that. They need somebody to rally behind, and they lost both of those. Like Thor's still there, but like he's there, but like he had a rough new phase movie like that.
I feel like he's just doing whatever he wants at this point.
I think he's just having fun.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Their big issue is the amount of money they spend on actors and the fact that they don't let directors
Do what they want.
direct. Like the directors are mostly just like a figurehead for whatever they need to push through to make it to the next Avengers movie. Like just make good movies. Like Winter Soldier isn't super duper tied to everything. It's
But
a
a
good
fantastic movie.
Like it's just stupid. And if they don't change, Marvel's going to collapse and they're going to have to reboot, just like DC.
I feel
did.
like they have already collapsed.
I feel like they need to reboot regardless because they need Iron Man.
Just give me please God, give me the X-Men before they reboot. Please, just let me see that with everyone else.
Oh, that was the other one he met with. Was he wanted to direct the X-Men movie? And,
Jordan Peele?
I could totally
and
give that man everything.
because I mean the X-Men
He can do it.
Out of all of his movies are about like race, right?
Yep.
And the whole point of the X-Men
Right.
is a metaphor for
Right.
racism.
Give it to that man.
It should
I trust
should
him.
have been him, but now it's going to be some. And I can't judge anybody because the Maze Runner director did the new Planet of the Apes movie, and I fucking loved the new.
Oh,
Planet
I
of the
need to
Apes
see
movie.
that new movie.
I
Oh,
loved.
I love
Same.
the monkey movie
I
so
loved it.
much.
Fernando didn't like it, by the way.
He didn't
The
like
new
the new
He
one?
didn't like it. He said it was too slow. Which I'm like, I think you need to go back and watch like War for the Planet of the Apes again.
Yeah, that one was
'Cause
slow
that
pace,
is-
too.
It's a very
It's a-
slow burn.
Yeah.
And like,
When things go down, they go down.
yeah,
but
and
it's a very
especially for
slow
like
burn.
movies where you're getting like none of the characters are there because it takes place 300 years in the future.
Right. It's Caesar's grandson.
We don't know.
Great.
It looks like Caesar. Like it looks like Caesar a lot, but
Oh, it's never actually
no,
disclosed.
not yet because it's a trilogy. So if that's coming, it's coming later.
I see.
But- I just
Those movies did a really good job of only keeping one character
Mhm.
throughout, but still bringing in fresh ideas and characters.
It-
Bad Ape, holy shit, I love that guy so much.
he's
So funny.
he's great in the White Lotus, by the way.
Is he? I still haven't seen White Lotus.
That's a good show.
That seems like it's too spooky for me.
It's not the White Lotus isn't a scary show. It's a murder mystery about really rich people who are horrible people, and you know somebody dies, but like
You don't know who?
you don't know who, and so you're finding out over the course of the story. It's not scary at all.
What happened to that comedy murder mystery with Sam Robinson?
The after party,
Yeah.
it got canceled.
Oh.
Yeah, the second season didn't do the numbers Apple wanted it to. The first season was way better anyway.
Yeah, I never watched the second. The first was a lot of fun.
The second season has Jared from Veep
Oh,
or not
fucking-
Veep, Silicon Valley.
I love him so much.
And
his Instagram reels send me every time.
He has a little lizard that he just feeds little crumbs. And he asks the lizard questions about people
Oh
throughout
my
the whole
God.
show. It's ridiculous.
Does the lizard answer?
No. I had to think for a second.
Oh my God.
No, that's a good show. Anyway, movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, today I gave both of these boys a couple of options. I gave them 10 options.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
English isn't your first language. it's okay.
And we settled on a movie. One of my favorite movies. I love this movie. It's not going to load, so I'm not going to know who the director is, of course. I love this movie so much. Oh, I got it. All right. It's called The Men Who Stare at Goats. So it came out in about 2004. It is
Is that old?
Really? Why did
Yeah.
I think this was a more recent
Yeah, I thought it was like-
movie?
2015.
believe it or not,
Wow.
it's it's a nonfiction story.
Mm-hmm.
This is a true-ish story.
Like
Okay.
Surf's Up.
It's directed by Yeah, sure.
No,
Direct-
it
yeah.
starts off with
It's
based on a
'cause-
true story.
It's because they saw a penguin on a piece of ice surfing a wave, and that's the true story. It's
Like
based on.
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I love those, but it's got Ewan McGregor, George Clooney, Kevin Spacey, Jeff Bridges.
Oh my god.
Stacked. Talk about stacked cast.
and more that I'm forgetting about. It's comedy. It's a very dark comedy.
Okay.
I love those.
And I love it. It's great. So, I don't know if it's streaming on anything. If it is, we'll let you know after the break. But yeah, we're gonna go watch that movie, and then we'll be right back.
Good times.
Let's go watch a movie. Hey guys, this is Rudy from the Quackdown podcast. If you guys love electronic dance music, be sure to check out my own DJ radio show called Axiom Radio with Drebin. It's a 2-hour monthly radio show hosted by me. For the first hour, I play some of the best tunes that I found for the month and piece them together for a euphoric journey. The second hour, I pass the decks to a guest mix of the month where they finish off the journey however they please. So if you like trance, melodic house, or techno, check out Axiom Radio with Drebin on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast listening app. And be sure to give me a follow on Instagram at drebin.music to stay up to date on the show.
Hello, viewers and listeners of the Quackdown Pod. Welcome to this week's Quack Fact. This week's fact is about how ducks actually turn white with age. White ducks are obviously white their whole lives, but dark-colored ducks slowly develop white patches in their feathers as they age, just like humans developing gray hair. Eventually, when they are very old, they could become entirely white. So instead of calling me the silver fox when I turn 55, call me the big white duck. Thank you, viewers and listeners of the Quackdown Pod, for listening to this week's Quack Fact. Now, on to the movie review.
We are
We're
back
back.
from watching our movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats, and I want to clarify, it was released in 2009. It takes place in 2004.
Got it.
I'm not realizing that the title is misconstrued.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It says The Men Who Stare at Goats. Only one man ever stared at a goat the entire time.
Well, yeah, but they were training to stare at goats.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
The Man Who Stared at Goats.
First call. I've seen this movie a lot. Y'all have not.
Mhm.
Rating out of 10.
7.
I was going to give it an 8.
Wow.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was clever.
I
It
think
good.
it's an 8.
It
Yeah.
was unique.
It's a good movie.
It's one of those that, like, it's stupid enough that if they didn't commit to the whole bit, then it wouldn't have been as good.
It would have lost its charm.
Yeah. And you guys brought up, because it does have a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. That, I mean, what that means is more than half of, like, reviewers liked it. That's all that means. And I think Rotten Tomatoes is a really bad scoring system because it counts anything that's a 6 or below as rotten. But that's like grading like a math test. Like 50% or below is an F, right? So like your half of your rating scale is rotten. That
Right.
just doesn't make any sense to me. So this is an example of a movie that, like, even though Rotten Tomatoes is like, this is a fucking gross movie, don't watch this, it's really good. It's really well done.
No, it was really funny. There were some out of pocket moments.
Yeah, the bits were very well done.
Yeah, like just the freeze frame of George Clooney, just like mid lunge with
Wide
no
open
knives in
arms,
his
wide
hand.
open arms.
Like-
They did the flashback so well, too. I didn't feel like it interrupted the pace
No.
of the story at all.
And it's
a
a
flashback of tiny George Clooney dancing.
Yes. Look at the bottle of beer
dad.
going out of it.
Dude,
Oh
is
my
that what it
God.
was?
Yeah.
yeah. There's a can of
Oh.
beer. We all knew what
Yeah,
the dad was gonna
exactly.
say.
Yeah,
And
Because
it's
we've been
still
alive
hit.
long enough, but oh my god,
The
that's-
execution was
it's
great.
so-
Instant trauma.
it reminded me of have you seen Walk Hard? The Dewey Cox story?
No.
Oh god, the
That's
dad in
a-
that movie.
Walk hard, we
It's
cock.
yeah. That's the point of it. But the dad in that story, like John C. Reilly's character accidentally cuts his brother in half,
Mhm.
and his brother was the more talented one. And the dad throughout the whole movie is just like, the wrong kid died. just
Oh my god.
Always.
That's fucked up.
and that's what this dad reminded me of.
Speaking of John C. Reilly, he has one of the most out-of-pocket lines in Speed. Well, have you seen that movie? Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
It's-
the one on the bus?
Yeah.
I
It's,
know of it.
A little fucked up, but he just looks Keanu Reeves dead in the eye and says, "Look at you, young, dumb, and full of cum."
Oh, I've heard. What a line.
And that lives rent free in my head.
You know who's really good in this movie, and I hate admitting now that he's really good and stuff, but
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
He was a good villain.
He was really good in this. He wasn't. I mean, he was a villain, but like he was so stupid that like even
Bro was seconds away from blowing his brains out, and then he
Yeah.
goes,
I'm
hungry. Frolics away.
when he's getting in to try to figure out what's in the cabinet, and he's just like, I am channeling Maud.
It is a tin cup.
It's so good.
Then
have to-
the look of vitriol on his face
When
when
he-
it turns out to just be Abraham Lincoln.
It's a man sitting in a chair. George Clooney goes, yes. I'm
And Nick
convinced-
Offerman, too.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman
that
is just
scene.
in it here and there.
So sad your marriage is gonna fail.
Oh, my God.
Fucking, I always thought of this movie like kind of a spiritual successor to The Big Lebowski. Because Jeff Bridges kind of plays the same person.
Yeah, and it gives off same energy where it's fever dream, not as much as Lebowski, but like with the whole
It
tripping.
still feels like a fever dream when you look at it from the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I mean, that final scene, it's a whole army base.
High on
Everyone there
LSD,
tripping
yeah.
balls.
Don't eat the
The
eggs.
guy in the
Don't eat the
don't eat
eggs.
it.
We put it in the eggs. We also put it in the water.
McGregor mid-sip, just...
I love that because George Clooney hears that he has the cup in his hand, and then
He
he
goes
still
for more.
goes and takes a sip.
And he's struggling the whole time because his hand's in a cast too.
They released
God.
all of these prisoners too, which
Yes. Straight up war criminals.
yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, my God. It's a loosey-goosey movie.
It's definitely it's not a movie that I would expect to do well in
In theaters,
theaters
no.
or
No.
with everybody because it is 100%. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea because it's like The Big Lebowski.
I think that's why I gave it an 8 because it was very enjoyable for me, but I don't know if I could watch it again. So I think all of that surprise factor is now gone. All those bits just might not hit.
Can watch it, but not like there's a lot that I forgot about this. Like the whole scene of them guessing what's in there. I totally forgot what Kevin Spacey did in that scene. It's just so funny.
Or the IED.
The IED is so
Oh,
Just a slow pan
timing,
away
dude.
from the car.
Ewan McGregor's like, really? You guided you that way, huh? That's the way, huh?
What about this moment was instantaneous? We've been 30 minutes.
Yes. Oh, now you're going.
When he's George Clooney's leaving the base when he like retires, and Kevin Spacey comes up to him and just quickly taps him in the head and then runs away. And
Just for every actor, their body language was
Yeah.
so
Well done.
Yeah.
they all committed
Mm-hmm.
to this absurd, and it is a true story.
To what extent? Like,
Oh,
what's
I
the
believe
overall
it.
true story? Is that Ewan McGregor's character was just taking notes on this guy?
It's essentially the government was looking into
Psyops.
psyops during Reagan administration.
Well, the government's done some wild ops.
Yeah, but this was like it's in line with like what Reagan was doing when he was obsessed with Star Wars because Reagan was a little kooky. But yeah, pretty much it's it's like Fargo is based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Very loose true story.
Aren't they making a biopic of Reagan? Isn't that a thing?
I hope not.
That's going to get a lot of
I could have sworn that was happening.
pushback.
Reagan's the reason for a lot of issues we have in this country right now. So I don't know. How that would
Reagan
go.
smash. Reagan sleepy.
Have you, speaking of weird military things, have you guys heard about the dolphins during the Cold War?
Dolphins
Oh,
in
weren't
the
they
Cold
like
War.
trained to like
Mm-hmm.
listen for Russian codes or something like that? Am I
Yeah,
thinking
and like
about that?
find mines
Yeah.
in the ocean.
Dolphins?
Yeah, the U.S. government was trying to, I think some division, as far as I know, was trying to train dolphins to go scout missions, like for submarines and find mines and stuff like that. So they had people living in half-submerged houses with the dolphins to like train them. You know where the story goes. The male dolphins are very horny.
Yeah.
If you don't tell, and as they live alone with the human, they get very horny. And so part of
You
the
are not about to
CIA's
tell me.
operator's job was to jack off a dolphin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, but apparently the mission failed. Of course, you couldn't train the dolphins, even though they're wildly
You
intelligent.
needed Chris Pratt.
Yeah. But the male dolphin fell in love with its female trainer that was like jacking it off. And so once they separated, the dolphin apparently died of a broken heart.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if any of that is true.
I have no idea. This could be definitely a boy story that has gone too far, but I want to believe it just as much as I want to believe that a man stared at a goat and it died.
I could believe that more because I feel like him vibrating in front of a goat is gonna freak
Gonna
out the
kill the
goat,
goat?
and the goat's just gonna die of a heart attack. It's like the opening
fainting
scene
goats?
with the hamster, and the hamster falls over, and,
And
he
then
goes,
just gets back up?
"Holy shit, look at that!" And then it gets back up, and he quickly turns off the TV and goes, they didn't want me to kill that one."
Speaking of phenomenal actors, I love him too. I always forget his name.
All they do from the beginning.
Yeah, he's in Barry, and his character in Barry. is-
Dodgeball.
Yeah, Dodgeball.
The Office Space. He's the
Mhm.
guy with the stapler.
They're making a second movie of that, aren't they?
They better not.
Of Office
I think
Space?
they are.
better
Yeah,
not.
they're making either a reboot or a sequel.
A reboot wouldn't be bad, but they better not
They
do
don't-
a sequel.
It doesn't need a
It doesn't need a sequel. It wasn't like a big box office. They just need to stop. Like, come up with new fucking
And
ideas.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, this movie was creative. I think. Trying to think of the last movie I saw that was like.
The last like good original movie that I was just like, oh, this is different for me was The Menu.
Yeah,
Oh, I
The
wanted
Menu
to
was
watch it.
fantastic.
it's good.
It says it's a scary movie.
It's
though.
not.
It's more just
Tense.
like it's tense because like with each course goes on, you're just like there's some fucky shit going on, and it just escalates a little bit more. But not at any point is like this is scary. No,
I'm trying to think of what that one is like closest to. It's not horror. It's more of like a thriller.
and also hilarious.
Yeah, it's a very. It's
Is it supposed to be funny?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's like that humor where you're like, you're so tense
Mhm.
that anything
all you
could
can
make
do
you
is laugh. Yeah,
That's what it
You
is.
don't want to cry?
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. It's just it's kind of like it's very similar to The Fall of the House of Usher. It is bad
you guys
things
just
happening
love
to
Flanagan.
bad dude. I cannot begin to tell you how outstanding. Rathan, you know me. I wasn't a big horror guy before I started watching Hill House. I watched
That's
Hill
true.
House
That's
and
true.
I fell in love, but mostly with this stuff. Like I can tolerate all horror now because Flanagan showed the difference between like normal horror and what horror should be used as is just like a device to tell a story, not just like because every other
scares.
thing is like how much can we scare you? And Flanagan's like, yeah, just so happens to be ghosts, but there's an overall story here.
I trust that man with anything. No,
He's doing The
Really?
Exorcist.
Again?
Well,
How many Exorcist movies are there?
the last one that just came out was real bad. Like real bad. Like not even scary, just real bad. And so they're scrapping the plans that one had in place and Flanagan's on board to
So-
write and direct the next one.
is it a sequel or is it a whole reboot?
I think it's a sequel to the original, but I'm not entirely sure. There's
Is that
no
the one with the girl on the TV?
No, it's Poltergeist
Oh.
or The Ring, whichever one.
or The
Oh, The
Ring.
Ring.
There's honestly there's a lot of
TVs
there's a
and
lot of
women.
there's a lot of girl-based TV stuff in horror.
Is it not just those
That
two?
sounds like an intro to it.
I feel like
Ignore Rathan's big
I-
eyes.
Watch this on YouTube.
oh no, you'd like it. At least you could start with Bly.
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to be too terrified.
I promise you.
Literally watch it and with your blinds open and like 12 in the afternoon.
You'll
Like,
be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Especially Bly,
Trust
because
me.
Bly's not scary. Fernando thinks it is, but
He's
But-
crazy.
I feel like I
Sydney
agree with him on that.
Sydney is very easily scared, and she will say Bly is not that scary. It's a little
But
creepy.
she also loves the Flanagan movies.
I wouldn't say loves. I don't know if she'd go back and rewatch some of this stuff,
No?
but she enjoyed them enough. Like she was able to push past her fear. And Fernando was even able to do that with Hill House. He agrees that Hill House is a really good story. He just thinks it's super dumb that there's so much scary.
I just don't like the scary.
Hill
Like,
House is scary.
Movies, scary games. I cannot play scary games.
Tell me another way you could have told the story of Haunting of Hill House without that scare factor in it being still just as good.
I mean, you couldn't
You couldn't.
because it needed ghosts.
Exactly.
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Oh, okay.
You know, I did.
Mm-hmm.
When we were living at the the place in Boulder.
Well, we were definitely haunted.
Yeah.
You guys
'cause-
had
for
moments
sure.
there?
Well, I have a video of me. I'm watching TV, and there's like a little kid laughing in the hallway. Yeah.
I've been walking around that place and heard little kids laughing. And there's no kids around.
Oh my god.
It's a little creepy. But they used to be dental offices, so I don't know what could have gone wrong there. That company is getting sued out the ass right now.
Good
Oh,
fucking
good.
job, dude.
Except none of the money is
Coming
going
to us?
to anybody they screwed. It's going straight back to the government of Colorado.
Oh jeez.
Like we fought for a year after we moved out.
Mm-hmm. And they just
To-
gave us back the security
Yeah,
deposit.
that was it.
That's
That's
insane.
it. That's it. After they borderline almost killed Rathan, flooded our
And your
apartment.
dog.
Yeah, when our apartment flooded with sewage, this company called in. They brought in like their in-house maintenance team. When they realized it was sewage, they were like, "Okay, we can't deal with this because it's toxic to humans and animals." I had locked Grits in my room because I was like, "Oh, I don't want him eating the sewage, and I don't want him messing with these guys, and that's probably where he's safe. He'll be fine." And on their way out of the apartment, they unlock my door and let the dog out with the sewage just there on the floor.
Unreal.
I was livid. Like they were like, "This is too dangerous for us, but we'll let the dog roam."
And they
I
still
was-
didn't even come fix it for like a week.
No, we suffered. And then he had black mold all up in
The
his
entire
room.
time. They swore
Yeah.
they fixed it like 3 times over the
Yeah.
course of the years.
Just that was insane. That was an insane time.
That was a dirty apartment.
That company, honestly, is up there with Microsoft.
But we don't want them to
Sponsor
sponsor us.
No.
They
4-star. If you want to sponsor us, don't. Continue.
This is a bad story, but at that place,
Okay.
one of our friends had a girlfriend who would use the shower. And she used to bit. This is gonna. Do you guys pee in pools? I'm gonna take a step back.
No.
Do you guys pee in pools?
In pools?
In pools,
No.
At all.
I have.
Often?
I don't go
Like
to
when you
pools.
go into a pool, would you pee in it?
Probably not now unless I really had to.
What
But
about
I
like
have
you-
a
before.
river or a
Are
lake?
you sitting outside the pool and the option between the bathroom and the pool and you just walk in?
Yo, this is
Pee
the
and
same
leave?
guy who won't even cash out his tabs at the bar because he'll
Okay.
just close it anyways.
They do. They auto close it at 20%. I'm not going through
You're
that.
still a
thing.
dick.
Yeah,
They
that
get the tip.
I know, but it leads to a lot of extra work for them.
For me to sign it, that's extra work for them to close it out. They don't want me coming to the bar asking for my check. They want someone coming to the bar asking for a drink.
But they're still gonna go through all of their checkout at the end of the night and just be like, "Who the fuck didn't pay?" And they see these people like you. and
It's
like,
hundreds of people a night, dude. And they just auto pay it and they're good.
How many hundreds of people are named Rathan?
I will say, I never have to tell them my name when I walk up to the bar. They know who I am.
Ah,
Yeah, you're
Nathan,
that
you're
guy.
back.
Nathan.
Welcome back, Nathan Rumar.
But no, back this. I don't pee in pools. I am
no.
I don't
violently
buy
That was too
against it.
sus.
I
I don't
never
buy
pee
it.
in pools.
I don't
But
buy
this
it.
girl, she admitted that she peed in pools, and then she also admitted that she peed in the shower.
Okay.
And she had used our shower many times. She was over a lot with a friend of ours. And so I asked her point blank. I was like, "Did you pee in my shower?" And she did, in a shower that wasn't even hers. And I still think about that to this day. I've sat in this woman's pee and showered and cleaned myself.
Think about this.
I don't know if that's how that works.
What
The
do you think?
water's running.
Do you think the pee just stays there forever?
Nah, but like you have to clean your toilet every once in a while. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
but you're not.
You also have to clean your shower.
Yeah.
I
once
do
in a
clean
while.
my shower, but there was definitely times between her pee and me taking a shower that I didn't clean it. I didn't clean it every time she took a shower. So I've sat in this woman's pee before. It's kind of
Hold on. Wait a minute. You're in the shower. Why are you sitting? Wait, why are you sitting?
I didn't even think about that. What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I don't know what you want me to sit. Sometimes you get too tired. You have a long shower. You just wanna sit.
Never, never,
No?
once, no.
I sit in the shower a lot. It's like a bath.
What is
It's
with
like a
these
bath.
unhealthy
Like a bath.
habits, bro?
What do you mean?
You
Sometimes
can't
you
lock
gotta
your
sit there.
you can't lock your car door appropriately. You
That
can't
is a
drive
reasonable thing.
appropriately.
I drive wonderfully, okay, and effectively.
I'm sorry. So, do you remember when we went up to Breckenridge for my birthday, and
Yeah.
you took Ethan and another buddy with you in your car? What happened to Ethan after you were done driving? What happened to him?
What did happen?
Did you get car sick?
He got very sick.
He's just
Wait,
a
but
car
you're
sick
going up-
guy.
you're
He always
going
gets
up to
car sick.
Breckenridge. There's a
Yeah,
windy
he always gets
pass.
car sick. He's never not been car sick in his life.
He
I get car
he
sick.
will tell you, and he will even tell you tonight. That was a different experience.
But I bet.
Were you just zooming through these like windy roads?
Yeah. Do you want to know why? Because I'm good at driving.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean? I can do it. The
You know
Honda, the
who-
Curve, the CRV, the beautiful machine.
The
Won't
speed
take me.
demon that it
The
is.
Speed demon that it is, dude. Nah, dude, it's actually having a lot of trouble right now. I'm kind of sad.
Oh,
Someone stole my catalytic converter and it's been a mess.
that happened to you?
Yeah.
No
They
shit.
sawed it off and then I went to go get it fixed and they fixed it. Not well.
And then they stole
And-
it again.
And no, the insurance company's refusing to pay for it. It's like,
Of course
'cause
they
they
are.
fucked up fixing it. And every time I give it to them and like, it's a pain. Insurance companies suck. So insurance companies.
Microsoft.
Hey, State Farm.
Microsoft. I will stop saying everything mean to you.
Who do you have?
Fixes,
Progressive.
Progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor us.
yeah, not very progressive of you. Flo will be pissed. Is that the right person?
Yeah,
Yep.
but she's not the boss. Have you seen that new commercial?
No. I don't watch commercials that much. You know what I do watch? So
Okay, I can afford ad free.
I don't. Well,
No,
I
he
can't-
doesn't.
I can't. Yeah.
I can't watch Disney Plus anymore.
No?
You pay me the extra, and I'll put ads back on.
No.
I don't, because I don't get it for free anymore with our plan. So it's like I'm just paying for your Disney Plus. Complaining over there.
I hate that most of the ads that I see, like on YouTube or something, like one company in particular,
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I will never, ever use their service or buy their product ever. I
is it?
bring back
Liberty.
It is Liberty?
Liberty,
Oh.
yeah, Liberty Mutual, yeah. Bring me back commercials I want to see. I don't care if I'm 26 years old. I want to see what the new toys on the market are. I want to see Nerf commercials.
You just like watching
Watch
SpongeBob.
the Disney ads.
No.
There's also one really long one. The reason I brought this up, there's one really long one with Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy.
That's his sister.
What a creative parent.
It's literally like this minute-long ad of him just like going on talk shows, falling off buildings, all this stuff. You have no fucking clue what the ad is, and then it zooms out.
Is it the Allstate guy?
No, it zooms out on him walking the street, and he says something, and then it goes, "Bleu de Chanel," and it's
Fucking
a fucking
cologne.
fragrance. And I'm like, you did not allude to that once.
I don't think
Perfume
yeah.
commercials are the worst.
they're never accurate.
Like the Johnny Depp one. It's just him in a desert playing the guitar, and at the very end, it's his cologne.
I don't know. I genuinely want to
pick
meet
guitar.
somebody that's in the marketing business for like body scents and just be like, hey, how come all of your commercials suck? Like, there's genuinely never been a commercial for any kind of spray, any kind of like cologne or perfume that I've wanted. Like body sprays and stuff like that, like Old Spice and all that kind of stuff. They have fun commercials.
When
They
men
don't take
have
themselves seriously.
concepts.
Yeah.
Women get to smell like lavender, and we get to smell like, what is it? What's the joke? Cool Rush.
Volcanic sharks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's a lot of science
Good
behind
Kush.
Good God. That OG dank.
that OG dang.
Purple haze.
Is it AK-47? That might be two different sounds. That's a strain. That's a strain. What do you mean?
What's the scent for that? Is it a particular country?
The one in the movie?
Yeah.
America.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the one.
Speaking of the movie,
Back
the
on track.
opening scene of him, the guy standing up, the villain from Avatar.
His smile is too good throughout that
Dude.
entire movie. Every time.
He stands up. He goes, "Bob, I'm going into the next office." Just full sprints at a wall and just down.
Dude,
But-
he might be my favorite character in that movie. Like when he's sitting at the table and he just turns to Kevin Spacey, the spoon bending party, and he goes, "Oh my God, you did this!"
The fork is literally twisted around itself. When he's talking to George Clooney at the beginning and he tells him the story of what he did, and he just looks up and he goes, "Right fucking on." God, it's a good time. Good time. Have we, what, really quickly, movie scores. What's the lowest movie we've given?
Yeah, I was
a
gonna
score
say you
to?
guys got to start watching some bad movies.
Probably Clerks.
Yeah. Did we give anything else low? What have
You
we
guys
all,
got Clerks.
because
What?
you gave something a 6. Was it Jurassic Park?
Did I give that a?
I think you
I
gave it
think
a
Jurassic
6.
Park is a perfect movie.
I
I'd
think
give that a
Mike
10.
gave it a
I think
6.
it's a 9.
I
I don't think it's perfect.
Really?
I think Mike gave it a 6.
Mike-
because of the animals.
No, he gave it lower because of the animals.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is,
They will
Uh,
low it in.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I did give it a 6. I can't think
you
of
know what we
anything
should
else that
do?
had.
We should start like a letterboxed account for the podcast.
Or people
On what
can.
you rank it.
And
Oh.
we can like create the average of our 3 rankings, and then that's our official rating of the movie.
That works.
I think that'd be cool.
I think we
Um,
should also watch an awful movie. on
I have
purpose.
ideas.
Excellent.
Cats was on the list.
Oh God! Fuck!
Um,
Why?
Because that's a bad movie, but I saw it out of curiosity.
How about Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No.
Well, I think the only issue is if a movie is actually below a 5, I'm not finishing it.
Not even for curiosity's sake.
I don't think I would. I think
it
I would just
depends
cut
on
it
the
off.
movie for me.
What's the shittiest movie you've ever watched to
Like-
completion?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Like you finished and you were just like, that was god awful. I know you have some opinions, but like,
Oh, Rise of Skywalker.
yeah, that's fair.
You didn't like that one?
The very, very last Star Wars movie.
Mhm.
No.
I thought the fight scenes were pretty cool.
They weren't bad, but
Yeah, you like The Last Jedi, but I don't think I could like it.
I like The Last Jedi a lot. Mostly because, like, everybody blames Ryan Johnson, but, like, he had to work with the cards that were dealt to him by J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams set up all this shit. So Ryan Johnson at least tried to do something.
Yeah, but I just wanted one thing from that movie, which was
Yeah.
Luke in his black suit with his green saber.
We would have never gotten that.
Why not? Like, where is
because
his
Mark
saber?
Hamill is heavier set now, and he will not wear that thin of.
He was in the black suit at the end of that movie when he was fighting.
No, he's in a
was gray.
robe and cloak. He's in his Jedi outfit.
Yeah, no, it was a full. It wasn't it. I thought it was
No.
full black,
I've seen that movie
but he had the
so
blue
many
saber,
times.
and I was like, why?
The blue saber is a hint to the audience that he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. They literally destroyed the blue saber 5 minutes before. So it's supposed to be a nod to the audience, like, hey, something's going on. Because it's Ryan Johnson. He loves, like, making things better on the second watch. There's a lot wrong with that movie.
Mhm.
Do not get me wrong. No Star Wars
He's a good
movie.
director. Glass Onion.
Glass Onion is great.
I hate how his name is spelled.
Ryan.
Awful.
It's better than RHINANANA.
That's-
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
I didn't even- you just spelled Rihanna.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some blasphemy. Rihanna's the number one grossing female artist out there.
Cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Like I
She
know
has
she's
a-
like makes
she's-
bank like off her other shit.
yeah, she's made more than Taylor Swift and Beyonce.
Good for her.
I love Rihanna.
Good for her. All of that without flying on a private jet too many times.
Are you talking
We
about Diddy?
know.
Oh no, you're talking about Taylor Swift.
T Swifties. Which even then, like, live your best life. I don't fucking care. We have fucking Jeff Bezos on this super mega yacht that they had to reconstruct.
Dismantle, build like
yeah,
whole
a
ass
bridge.
bridges, like cultural icons.
Like,
I don't know.
go fuck yourself. Why?
And
why
he's
is it
not. He's not even
necessary?
on the yacht either.
No.
It's just his.
No,
fucking,
where's it parked?
He's just bleeding
Probably
money
sold
to
it
do
already.
Probably. I don't know how he
Because
does
you
it.
can.
I'm gonna call fake news on that Rihanna thing.
No,
Yeah,
I'm going off an Instagram that I watched. My news is not well sorted. Okay.
she's not even on the list of like highest grossing musicians each
But
year.
okay, so that's why
Well,
I
I
was
think all
skeptical
time,
because
all
I think
time, right?
I think it's included with not just her music, but like her Fenty line and her makeup.
It's
everything.
definitely everything. I mean, that's how Jay-Z is the richest artist because of all of his
Right.
roles and money.
As of January, the richest female. Let's see.
I see a picture of Rihanna right there. You scrolling past.
But it says at the top. Hang on, top 11. Where is it?
I think if you guys just stopped fact checking me, you would have a better life.
No,
Just let
You
me
are the
lie.
last person we should stop fact checking.
you guys,
Oh
it's
my
actually
God.
normal to not use.
Hold
your
on,
feet
I
at
want to
all.
go. I want to go back to this. Why are you sitting in the shower? Like, do you just sit there? No, I'm serious.
It's
Do you
not,
just?
it's not every
No.
time. Like most of my showers are like, I'm outing myself here like 15 minutes max. And that's like in and out, getting clean, getting out.
Like,
But sometimes if I have time and I'm just like ready there to like introspect and I'm jamming out, like, okay, there are 3 things you have to do in every shower. Not every shower ever, but like once in a shower. One is with the lights off, music on. Transformative experience.
lights off, music on.
In the shower.
Nope.
Yeah, lights off, full dark, music on.
Why?
Knowing
It's a
my
great experience.
knowing my playlist, do
Extensive
you know what would
deprivation.
come up?
Midnight Mass.
There's the shower orange, which
There's a
I've
what?
only ever done once. The shower orange. You know an apple? You know how you eat an apple?
Do you
Yeah,
know
I-
of apples?
Yeah, I know. I didn't
These
have
things
one.
called
So
Go
how
on.
do you
Apples?
eat an orange?
You-
After you peel it. It's by the slice, right?
Right.
So imagine
just-
not taking by the slice.
You just dive straight in like an
Mhm.
apple.
Yeah, and you can do that in a shower because it doesn't matter. It makes it all fragrant. It's nice.
You're eating in the shower.
They have shower beers. If I can drink in the shower, can I not eat in the shower?
It's not. That is not the same thing.
yeah,
How is that not the same thing?
You're
liquid,
literally
liquid.
not even that, but you're just like you're drinking from a container. Whereas if you're eating like an orange,
Well, you don't rinse your fruit before you eat it?
I'm just
That's
saying
not the same thing.
You're leaving
as
debris.
showering
You're
with
leaving
an
crumbs.
orange.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're showering. You're getting clean. I don't think I understand where
Dude.
you're coming from.
Okay, what's your third rule? What's your third thing?
It's the sitting in the shower. It's like introspective, whatever. You just like lie down and
The
have
only-
like, water fall on you.
The only thing I can
It's like
picture
you're
right
sitting
now.
out in the rain.
I would have
The-
to be incredibly sick to be like, I got to sit down in the shower.
The only thing I can picture right now.
It's not like I do it every time. But
I understand that, but is Tobias Funke sitting in the shower
In full
with his
blue?
short jean cutoffs on, sobbing, washing his head with a bar of soap.
Like when you're sitting, you're just literally just letting the
I
water
feel like
hit you.
this
And that's
is
it.
coming off as like a sad thing, but it's not like I don't do it every time, but sometimes it's like a happy thing. It's like sitting in the shower, you want like a steam.
What song is playing while you're doing this?
Mr. Blue Sky. That's sad.
That song is ruined.
It
By the
really is.
Batman.
Absolutely.
By the Batman. That song is ruined. It's done for.
What have you done?
I always just think of the in Community when
Abed?
no, because that's what
principal?
Shirley wants to sing that at Starburn's funeral.
Starving dies?
Yeah, well, kind of, not really.
Which one's Starburn?
He's
The guy with
the guy with
starburns?
the star-shaped sideburns.
Oh, that's right.
They Chevy Chase literally goes. He goes, "Oh, that's why they call him Starburns." Like in the episode where he dies. But you know the kid that goes to the school with them that has the really high pitched voice, kind of like a humpback,
Mhm.
Jared or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. He sings Ave Maria instead,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like the Riddler singing it.
Oh God.
And Shirley's just sitting there like, fucking
Were you blown away when I sent you that video of the actor that plays the Pop?
yeah,
Was it Harry Potter?
yeah,
He was in Harry Potter?
yeah, dude.
I think it's just in the first movie. He talks to Harry.
You've seen the latest episodes of Boys, correct?
I have.
All right.
Thanks
so
for
What was that?
Yeah, what was
I'm
that?
just letting you know that it's your turn to talk. So
You tapped me and then continued with
Yeah.
you know what? We have a little coconut to talk.
In like the first episode when they're trying to figure out who the new members of the Seven are and they're flipping through all those people.
Mhm.
Yeah. So one of those guys, A, was in Black Sails, which is an outstanding show,
Mhm.
also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he doesn't even have like a speaking role in this show, which kind of pisses me off because he's like a really good
We're only
actor.
3 episodes in.
I know, but he's like a really good actor. And so if he doesn't have a speaking role, that's sad. But the end of one of the episodes ends with rubber duckies everywhere. So
That was a fucked up episode.
I told Fernando there are going to be 2 moments
Mhm.
that he's going to like. That's it.
I think that was the second one.
That's all. That's all I got for you.
Fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man.
It's a good show.
Oh, he's gonna have some pretty good duck facts after his nature documentary.
He will. Unfortunately, they've barred him from going near ducks because they're afraid that he's going to
Take
kidnap
one
them.
home. Yeah. He switches
Oh,
lead
so we're
nature
back
with
to
his-
that, are we?
Yeah, that's what the Amber Alert was for. He kidnapped a bunch of ducks.
Interesting.
He got all his
or
ducks
the
in a
ducks
row.
kidnapped him.
Yeah, like the evil.
He was
Penguin.
giving out too many facts. He's like, they can't know all of this.
You've said too much. Wink.
Do you guys know anyone that's been kidnapped?
Not anymore.
Do you?
No, I mean I get Amber Alerts all the time, but I don't actually know anyone who's been kidnapped.
No.
Could you imagine? I don't know why this scenario popped in my head. You're at a bar and an Amber Alert goes off, and some dude at the other end of the bar is like, "Hey, that was me yesterday." Hate to be in that kid's shoes.
Well, if they're at a bar, I hope they're not a child.
Adults can get kidnapped.
Not for an Amber Alert.
Yeah, Amber Alert is
It's
just for
just
children.
children.
Oh, good point.
Unless you were saying
Are
that
there
he was
no-
the kidnapper.
If a grown adult gets kidnapped, is it just
Fight for yourselves.
Yeah,
We don't negotiate with terrorists, Rudy.
it's 48 hours.
Oh my god.
I
That's a
love
shame.
you all both have seen Tropic Thunder, yes.
Yes.
I have not seen it since it came
Good movie.
out. It's been a long time.
But
Oh,
do you
that
remember-
Very
2007?
cancelable.
It's not cancelable at all. Because the whole point of the movie is showing you like everybody thinks this is fucked up. Everybody in the movie thinks what Robert Downey Jr. does
That is true.
is fucked up, and he's the only one that doesn't. And that's if the movie just played it as like, haha, this is funny, he's black now, then yeah. But like I hate when people say that movie's cancelable.
Also, a lot of the verbiage that they use throughout the film. It was
I
a
don't-
product of the time.
If Veep can make it and win Julia Louis-Dreyfus an Oscar 7 years in a row,
Oh my god.
not an Oscar,
An Emmy.
Emmy
she won it
um,
7 years in a row.
might
She
be
was
6. I don't think she
fantastic.
won for the last season.
More than 5.
More than 5. Yeah.
Wow.
Fair
Um,
character on that show. Is
And
Phil
that
Samad.
show is vile.
Yeah,
When they're listing off all of Jonah's nicknames in the hearing,
that's so.
and they
funny.
call him
You
Jack and the Giant Jack-Off and Jizzy Gillespie.
That reminds me of that news clip that always goes viral about that guy interviewing the little chubby kid about all the insults that he's gotten for being a little heavyset. It's like, then he just keeps ripping them off on him. Oh, it's so funny.
No, Jerry Seinfeld lately has been.
Well, he has to be canceled. Wasn't he dating a high schooler?
He did date a high schooler, yes.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah. But
That was a
he
George thing to
arguably,
do.
like, genuinely, anytime I hear somebody talk about, like, Seinfeld as a show, it's normally not about him. It's about the supporting cast around him. Like,
Yeah.
George Costanza, Kramer, Elaine,
It's that him and Larry David
Jerry
wrote it.
Stiller. Jerry Stiller in that show,
He won an Emmy for that show, didn't he?
he should have. He damn
I
right
think,
should
I think
have.
he won one and George didn't. I don't know if George's character him or acted him.
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander.
But Seinfeld has been on this thing lately, and he's like, you can't, doing the whole, everybody's so sensitive. You can't even make jokes these days, and yada yada. I'm like, no, your jokes just aren't funny anymore,
That-
because like that's it. It's the same thing with Chappelle going like, oh, you guys are so woke talking. I'm talking about trans people. I'm like, no, I've
just not
seen
funny.
I've seen people do respectful and funny dark jokes about that, and they're funny because you can tell there's respect behind it. That's it. I just untied my shoe.
Nice.
I saw.
All right.
Tie it back.
But Seinfeld saying it is crazy to me because so one of his co-stars, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, starred in Veep, which is one of the most vulgar, outrageous.
I mean, that's a show about all of those people being terrible human
They're
beings.
the worst human being. It's probably the most racist show I've ever seen in my life. Fucking hysterical. And
Right.
anybody that has seen it will tell you the same. But that goes right against the shit that he's saying, where it's like, you can't do anything like that or you get canceled or people won't go watch it. Just because his fucking Pop-Tart movie wasn't that fucking funny.
The movie about Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. It's a biopic about the guy who made Pop-Tarts.
Why are they doing that all the time? With
Because
the
they
Cheeto guy
don't
and the McDonald's?
Any ideas?
I feel like there are so many ideas.
There
There's so
are,
many
Rathan.
script
There are,
writers.
Rathan.
Okay, but the founder I was genuinely curious about.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's just, they all reek of that, like, corporateness. That's what Bohemian Rhapsody feels like to me. It reeks of corporate influence.
Not as genuine.
No, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like
I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
it's a fine movie. Compared to Rocket Man, though,
Rockman was pretty good.
Rocket Man is the better movie. It tells a better story. It gives you a deeper insight into the person that it's supposed to be giving you deeper insight into. The music is used in the way that I think it should be used in a movie like that. It's the same fucking director, so that's weird to me too.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. And Elton John was like helped out with it, right?
Yeah.
I think. I mean, he wrote a couple songs. I think. Well, he didn't. He doesn't write his songs, but
He sang a couple in
he
the
sang a
movie.
couple, yeah.
But all the songs sung like by Taron Egerton are Taron Egerton singing.
Yeah, he trained for that, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he
go into
trained
vocal
with
coach?
Elton John for that, and sounds honestly so fucking similar to him, like so fucking.
Well, they're making
similar.
the Bob Dylan one, right?
with Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I like Timothy Chalamet, but I don't get the hype behind him.
I do.
I
do.
I wanted to hate him so bad
I don't
until Dune, and especially Dune 2. That scene where he just enters the war room.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm sold. Go off. You're doing
I
great.
think I've only ever seen him in Dune. That's it.
He was really good
He
in.
was hardly an Interstellar.
He's barely in Interstellar. He's in Little Women, which is good.
I did want to see. I heard he was good in Wonka. Disregard however the movie was, but he did a good job.
The movie was good too. The movie got really good reviews.
I still want to see it. I heard some people didn't like it, but
Did Mean Girls do well? Because that came out around the same time, right?
I think it got
think so.
reviewed okay. It just didn't do well in theaters. Because it just, I don't know. Movie theaters are too expensive. So,
Oh, I
like-
do agree with that.
yeah, it goes back to the topic about Marvel stuff. Like, and The Fall Guy. The Fall Guy is a huge example of that. That movie was fucking amazing.
It got so much marketing.
So much
Holy
marketing.
shit.
It's got a stacked cast. The director is awesome. It's hilarious. It's action packed. It's a big blockbuster, and it bombed because its budget was so huge. And
They just couldn't clear the deficit.
yeah, nobody came out and saw it, and they're already pulling it from theaters. And it was on digital like 2 weeks after it came out in theaters.
I saw the newest Hot Ones episode because he had Will Smith on.
Yeah.
And Will Smith said something about it was like movies nowadays, especially like trailers, but the movies overall, like they need to be good enough to where you need to attract people out of their home to go see it at this point. Because now they can just stay home, wait an extra month,
Yep.
and they can just watch it
And-
at home.
Like when we were growing up, movies stayed in theaters for like 4 to 6 months,
Yeah.
and like
You would not get it.
you would not
outside,
get it,
yeah.
and there was no digital.
Like if
it
a
didn't go
movie
to
came out in
streaming
January, you could maybe find it on DVD.
in
No.
May.
Oh,
yeah,
I was
in
gonna
May.
say like
When we were
October.
kids?
Yeah.
We'd get on a Redbox. Is Redbox still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stopped doing video games, but no, it was like
Because of people like you.
because it'd be like
Fucking asshole.
4 months of theater time, and then it'd take like a month off, and then the discs would be out the next month. So it was like about 6 months usually.
Okay.
And I remember that because of like Avengers. I bought Endgame. It was in theaters throughout the whole summer. You know, it came out April, ended its run early July, and then the movie came out September.
Damn.
So so much they focus so much on opening weekend where it almost feels like they feel
3
like
days. Well, that's
yeah.
just also direct competition with other movies.
But they feel like that alone has to get them past their we broke even budget, because that's what Marvel's set up is like. They have these huge releases and they knock the weekend out of the park, but that doesn't work for every movie. You have to give them the time, and it doesn't give good movies enough time to have good word of mouth spread about them that makes it good. That's what happened with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would have bombed if everybody didn't go
This is a good movie.
as crazy as an ape and like just talk about it to everyone and like make all the memes and all this stuff. That movie did really well because of word of mouth and because they didn't just pull it from theaters.
I think what's also ruined the opening weekend is the death of the midnight release.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's what, like if a
7
movie
7 or 6
premieres on technically Friday, you can watch it the Thursday before at 7.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I mean, they always had like 10 p.m. showings, but it usually like the first showing would start at like 9. And they'd go from there because that was
There was just something about the midnight of being in line and having that hype.
Yeah,
Of, this is
for
gonna be
every Marvel movie. At least we did.
Because I remember doing that for Batman Rises. Was standing in line, going to that movie,
Yep.
and I snuck out of my parents' house to go watch that movie.
I did it for a few of the Harry Potters.
we did it for Batman vs Superman.
Yep.
Just at midnight, just so much more better energy.
It's a vibe. It's like midnight releases for video games.
Which are also now dead because you can just download
Also
them
now
online.
dead. Yeah.
That one I kind of saw coming. I knew video games everybody should have known were going digital, and that was going to be the
I mean, they had it for books too, but now
Way of the
nobody
future.
reads physical.
I went to that once. A midnight release for, I think it was for,
Harry Potter and Deathly
Yeah.
Hallows.
I did
Half-Blood
Deathly
Prince.
Hallows, too.
I didn't buy it. I just went with my brothers.
I like half remember getting the Deathly Hallows from my dad, and I think he got it early because of some connection when he worked in real estate or something like that.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
I didn't finish it before anybody else did, so I couldn't spoil anything for anybody. I also didn't totally understand the book, so
Did you read the previous books?
yeah, I just had to reread it. That was
Oh.
back when I was a reader. Do you remember that shit?
No.
You
were a
remember?
reader?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you being a reader. You
Yeah.
love to read.
I used to love reading.
Really?
Yeah, I read Jurassic Park in 2nd grade
Mhm.
and 3rd grade and 4th grade.
Oh my god.
I finished Order of the Phoenix in like 4 days.
You read New Moon.
I did. I read all of the books, all of the Twilight books.
I should probably read those. I haven't.
They're
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're probably.
no,
I mean, they have a lot of fans.
they're good for like teenagers.
That yeah.
It's kind of like Percy Jackson.
Sometimes I want to feel like a.
Like I've always wanted to go back and reread the Percy Jackson books,
Oh, I
but
don't
I'm
think I
like
could.
I
they
do
are
too.
they are like young adult books. They're not meant for me.
I don't think I can do what he's doing either. Like I can't commit to a series that's that big anymore, because he's got the original Percy Jacksons,
Oh,
and then
Rick
the
Riordan?
spin-offs, and then
Riordan?
he's
Yeah.
come back to the Percy Jackson too.
Well,
There's
he
like 20 books. If I want to
he-
catch up. that's
he's
too
like
much.
the Stephen King of mythological storytelling.
It's like Brandon Sanderson too.
I don't know who that
his-
is.
He's a huge fantasy author, and once COVID hit, he used to come out with like a book every like 3 years, and it was like attainable. And then once COVID hit, he had this one video, and everyone makes memes about it now. But he wrote, I think, like 8 or 9 books in the span of a year, like during the pandemic.
Jeez.
And then he's just been on that grind, and they just keep releasing and releasing. And
What
keep it up.
series or what books?
have you heard of The Way of Kings?
Uh-uh.
It's a huge fantasy novel. He's a phenomenal author. Definitely the fantasy author of this generation. His books are phenomenal. Characters are great. Story is beautiful. It's just gotten a bit too much for me. Like to keep up, I have to reread all the other ones, and then it takes me like a year to do that.
It's too much.
Did I tell you I was reading like the most dad book of all time? Until I found out there was a show.
The history
Green
of
Eggs
Yacht
and Ham?
Rock.
No, it's called Lonesome Dove.
That's
It's
a
about
cute name.
it's like
Like the ugly
late
duckling?
1800s, early 1900s cattle farmers. And
Interesting.
it eventually turns into like a Wild West story.
What piqued your interest in this?
I just you know what did it?
What?
Red
What?
Dead.
Yeah, it's a cowboy book, dude. I literally Googled books like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Brokeback Mountain.
That's not a book.
Oh, I thought it was.
No. It's also nothing like Red Dead Redemption 2. It is I don't even think. Yeah, no.
That last mission though.
No, you don't even know what the last fucking mission is.
2 men on a mountaintop.
Oh my god, but that's.
A Brokeback Mountain.
I'm gonna break your back on a fucking mountain.
Say that again.
No, I was far enough away from the mic. I think we're good. I
We
think
can make that happen.
Oh my lordy. What's our time on this episode?
it's time to be done. Yeah. Anybody got any last minute mean things to say?
Rathan?
I hope I've redeemed myself after all the hate.
I don't think
you
you
just.
got
I think you just came here and brought more questions.
Probably.
'Cause we-
but people
now-
now have put a face.
Yeah.
We now
to
know of your
hate.
3 rituals of the shower.
Yeah.
All 3 a little abnormal.
I don't do them all the time. I want that to be clear. It's like once a
honestly.
year.
You
a thing,
started
max.
with one that I'm like, okay, I could see why that could be.
sensory deprivation.
Yeah, like you turn off the lights. It's at night.
Midnight Mass comes on.
Midnight Mass comes on. Amish Paradise comes on. Whatever it is.
But
that-
the Barney song.
That would be creepy if the Barney song started playing in
Oh,
your
100%.
house from
I mean,
like
it's
a
like
room
the
that you're
movie.
not in. I understand that, but like, let's say you're downstairs here in my house. It's nighttime. Up here, the Barney song starts playing. What would you do?
That's freaky as fuck.
I'd leave.
I'd leave, yeah.
I'd leave. I can deal with ghosts, but as soon as they start playing creepy
I don't know if I
children's
can deal with
music,
ghosts.
it's the ones that are evil always use children to be more evil. That's how you know they're evil. That's it. That's all I got. Right. Well, thank you for coming, Rathan.
Thanks
thank
for
you
having
for
me.
traveling all the way here from.
The great state of Ohio.
The gayest state in the country, as we stated.
As we stated, as Rathan stated.
I don't know if it falls into that category.
You said it.
It's a very progressive state.
It's a very
gay.
progressive statement. It is. You said they have the best pride parade except
That's what they
for-
say. Outside
yeah.
of DC, they have the.
So
Columbus is
Rudy
the best
heard
pride
that
parade.
as the gayest state in the United States.
That seems like a pretty valid thing to measure it to.
Sure, whatever. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and listening. We will
And
be
watching.
back. We'll
And
be back
watching.
and listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Quackdown. And yeah, we hope you enjoy this one. Thanks.
Yeah. Deuces. Thanks, Nutella.